Hi everyone. We're gonna coach a about 1100 elo game between Berbers and Aztecs, and I'm gonna be following the Berbers player just because I think they have a little bit worse of a matchup. I think the Aztecs player is probably gonna open men at arms, just kind of what Aztecs do. They could open archers too, but probably men at arms, and men at arms counters the Berber's strongest opening, which is scouts. So I think that's kind of how this feudal age is going to play out. And as we get further into Castle Age, I think the way that the Berbers player is going to have to win the game is by just raiding a whole lot. It's going to be really hard to compete with Aztecs, faster producing barracks, and their eagle/pike spam, which is a big reason why they're really, really good at the higher level. Is we got a super open map here. This is going to be really tricky. So yeah, since we have this super open map, I would say that it's probably not even worth the time to wall, in my opinion, just because you have what, 20 palisade pieces to wall here, maybe a couple houses. You have to wall here, all the way around your base. That's, in my opinion, that's not even worth it, just because it's 6 seconds of idle time per walling piece. On top of the cost of each walling piece. So as we have a little bit of a snafu here. Oh.
Where's those?
Alright, there we go. We survived. So he's got 4 on wood, so we're probably looking at a man at arms. It looks like he's gonna kind of do these kind of small walls, which isn't that big of a deal. So when you have this super open map, I think the right play is to direct your opponent's pressure, if that makes sense. So we obviously have a back goal, we have back berries, we have back, as we have sheep here. And we're gonna lame them. I love to see it. So we wall here, and then we should just be able to, if we really want to, we can wall to the TC. I would wait till feudal age, just maybe put your buildings there, or put your buildings here. Yeah, I really like his scouting. He's got really good scouting. You see 4 on wood, that's kind of a signal for men at arms, probably. I mean, you obviously want to confirm it. You want to, maybe check the gold, see if it's a pre-milled rush. You can check the berries back here. You can check around here for barracks, that sort of thing. So you just kind of hang out with your scout. We're building a house. We get a lot of HP off the Eagle Scout. That's really good. House is coming up. Yep. So yeah, really solid build from Blue here so far. He's paying attention to all his idle builds. So one thing that with Berbers, or with really any good Hussar civ that we can do, is if we're playing in the middle, we're fighting in the middle, obviously, we can send, we're obviously over here, we're on the left side of the map here, we can send a village over here and build 3 or 4 stables. We, tech Hussar, tech light cav, whatever, and then from there we just send raids into the village, into the farming eco of the Aztecs player. As we have a look, what we got going on here. This is really good. This is so much idle time, plus the Jaguar. Oh, that's awesome. No, keep tracking it. Good job. Really good job. That's. I would just engage. I would just kind of hang out here. Yeah. Really, really good. So now we're a villa up, and that might have been a sneak vill, so not really sure what the sneak would have accomplished, but yeah, really good.
Yeah.
If we're going man at arms, we're gonna have to make it out to gold pretty quick here. It's pretty late gold timing. And we're also out of sheep underneath our TC. So another thing, as far as this guy's build goes, super good build. Don't forget to take gold. Send 3 of your villagers to go take gold. And he's gonna solve his problem by going out to the mill, or going out to mill the deer, which is not the worst idea. You could also send 1 or 2 vills to more vills to berries, so you have 5 or 6 on berries. Because we have, here's that forward barracks. This is really interesting. Since we have this forward barracks here, might not be a bad idea just to kind of quick wall or small wall your troops here. Really good scouting from blue to find that. Although, not great scouting to let your scout there. Yeah, I'd really be interested to see what Red's eco looks like. I don't think these walls are all that necessary quite yet. I think the best idea right now is to small wall, just keep the militia off you, and then build a blacksmith ASAP, right? Because fletching is going to be pretty important. And yeah, he's small on now, which is good.
Yeah.
Because we're not on gold, right? So we can't really sustain archer production. So we're going to have to make a whole bunch of skirms and keep making villagers.
A little hatmanic.
Is this just going to be endless militia from Red? It's kind of interesting. Obviously, we saw the range, so skirms are going to be necessary. But yeah, there's a blacksmith. Our secondary golds are super forward. So we have this secondary gold and this secondary gold, which are really not great. So and we can't really afford fletching right now unless we get a market.
Azul.
A little hatmanic. Walvar. A little hatmanic.
No, get the skirm. Get the skirm. That's fine. I think you could actually take your berryvilles and just box those. Box those men-at-arms. I think you'd be completely fine.
A little hatmanic.
But yeah, we're really racking up the idle time now, and it's not honestly it's not even worth it at this point to go out to these berries. You're probably better off just sending your villas to this tree and just building a bunch of farms, or even going out to the gold so you can make archers. And fletching. But yeah, we've had these villas idle for a whole bunch of time. We've had these villas idle for a bunch. We've had 10 villagers idle for how long, you know? And we're finally going out to gold here. But yeah, having these villagers idle is definitely not worth the 100 food that's still on the berries. And he finally goes out and brings these guys back in, and he's gonna have the gold by the looks of it. But yeah, even if you wanted to send them out, like, the skirms aren't going to do anything to your villagers. You can just box the men-at-arms down, so. Obviously, it's a lot to deal with, and it's, you know, there's so many different micro moves you have to do, but it's just kind of where do you direct your micro, right? We still have villagers idle in the center. As we work towards Castle Age, one thing we kind of want to keep in mind is how do we want to proceed in Castle Age? And obviously Berbers get cheap knights. However, in this case, since we went with the double ranges right away, it's probably gonna be more worth it to go for crossbow just so you justify the cost of the double range. Because otherwise, like that's a lot of wood you invested into 2 ranges, plus all the skirms, plus the fletching upgrade. So, in my opinion, you probably go crossbow here, and then maybe transition to knight/light cav later on.
عليد الحتمينك.
Another good idea would be to go just kind of check out what's going on over here. It doesn't really matter if you lose your skirms at this point, just because 1 or 2 eagles isn't really going to do a whole lot to you right now, as we need to click up. But yeah, 1 or 2 skirms isn't really going to do a whole lot to you right now, but, or not skirms, eagles isn't really going to do a whole lot to you. You can make a militia or just box it down with villagers. That being said, even just sending 1 scout, or 1 skirm as a scout and just kind of see what's up would be a really helpful deal. But yeah, we're gonna go ahead and play defensive and go to Castle Age and go from there. And he's going for double stables now. The food eco is kind of questionable, I think, to be going double stables. We still have an idle villager. I'm sure we have probably 15 minutes or 20 minutes of villager idle time, but yeah. We're getting bloodlines. We got the first armor upgrade. There we go. Young Garrison DeVille. Good job, Blue. I really like Blue's eco balance right now, especially if we're going double stable knights. Yeah, we have enough to get the second armor upgrade. We'd like to see the next couple villagers probably go to gold, which he's got the flag set, which is perfect. We got 9 or 10 on wood. We got 20 or so on food. We got 7 or 8 on gold, so we're perfect. We still don't really know what's out there. There's a good chance that he's teching pikemen. So that's one thing that we probably would want to scout with our skirms early on. It doesn't really matter if they die, because they're not doing any good just sitting in your base, right? So he's going eagles, which is totally fine because our knights are cheap enough and we have the right upgrades that we just melt eagles. So, really good, really good. Would like to see a few more on gold. Probably get to 8 or 9 on gold. And if we really want to, we can camp these skirms right about here and just be super annoying on the wood line. And we're just going for raids, which is really good. Trying to kill villagers. Kind of make up that lost eco time that we had with the idle villagers. had really good turnaround snipe the monk. So we see he's on a second TC. Might not be a bad time for us to put a second TC, maybe here or so. Just we have the resources for it. However, we're also not producing villagers in spite of having, 21 on food and 800 in the bank. So maybe we're going for a fast dip. But, we also need attack upgrades and all that stuff. And wow, that's a really quick game. I don't think Red was completely out of it yet. I think I think in Red's position, you camp with 1 or 2 monks. You force out pikemen. Maybe you halt villager production for a little bit. You get the second armor upgrade for your pikes. And then you just camp the pikemen in your barracks, and you hide your monks until you're ready to fight. As far as blues go, I think the best way to improve, use your idle resources. Obviously, we had 10 minutes of villager idle time out here. We had another 10 minutes of villager idle time camping in the TC that we're just waiting for 100 food worth of berries. You can send them to one of your straggler trees and just have them hang out there until either you're ready to go back to the berries, or you can have them make farms. And then you can also use your skirms to do stuff. Like you can go out, scout. You can say, oh, he's got barracks. Obviously he's Aztecs. He's going barracks. But you can look for eagles. You can look for pikes. That kind of stuff. Yeah. So really good game from Blue, and hope you guys enjoyed the video. Be sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.